everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm Mercedes. If you are new here, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, as always, welcome back. In today's video, we are going to be discussing how I personally was able to save over 25K in less than 8 months. And I'm going to tell you guys step by step on what I did. However, quick disclaimer. I am not saying this is a one-size-fits-all situation. I'm not saying that you are able to do the things that I did. I am just giving you guys what I did in order to save for my home purchase. Take it with a grain of salt. Implement some tips into your own life and try to get to your savings goal. That's all I'm saying. Don't think that you can take step by step what I did and fit it into your life, because we're all different. We all have different lifestyles. With that disclaimer out the way, let's go ahead and get into how I was able to do this. So the first thing, before we get deep into the video, I do want to state that I did move back home with my mom in order to save money. I really moved back home with my mom because I didn't know what I was going to do as far as apartment or house, and I was in the midst of paying off debt. The little debt that I had left, and I felt that if I went back home, I could pay it off quicker. So my savings just so happened to start while I was still at home with my mom. So this process for me started in 2018. That was the preparation to get to where I got to, which was saving $25,000. So January of 2018, I decided to embark on a debt-free journey. I wanted to clear out all of my credit cards and any debt that I had. That included my student loans, my credit cards, my car loans, any leases, loans, personal loans that I had in regards to contracts when it came to phone companies. Every little piece of debt I wanted gone. And I started this journey in 2018. And by November of 2019, when I started my savings goal, I had cleared out all of my credit cards. Any money that I owed on my iPhone was paid off. The only remaining debt that I had when I started saving was my car loan as well as my student loans. I think that is important for you guys to understand that my bills were very small. I gave my mom a little money to stay with her, and I was paying for daycare, and I had a phone bill, I had car insurance, and I had my car payment, and I had my student loans. Those are the main bills that I had when I started to save money. I want you guys to, remember that. Prior to that, I was paying about over $700 just in minimum payments from credit cards, from leasing my iPhone, from having my car payment, student loans. I was paying a pretty big amount in just debt. So that's important to note, because you can see where I started, how far I had came when I started my savings journey. So with that said, once I got to November of 2019, I started saving because I knew I wanted to buy a house. I had been doing some research, and I was like, I believe I qualify, but I need to figure out how I'm going to come up with the money to buy an actual house. So November of 2019 is when I actually landed a full-time position utilizing my degree. Prior to that, I was working part-time. So that's also an important note to note, that all of the debt that I had paid off and all of the bills that I had to pay was all paid with a part-time income. I was maintaining on a part-time income. Yes. So with my part-time job, I can work as many as 30 hours and at least 20 hours was what my part-time job required me to work. So when I landed my full-time job, I did not immediately quit my part-time job. I was like, I need to save money. It's not going to hurt me to put in a little extra work to get to my end goal, which is to purchase my home and to save XYZ. So I maintained 2 jobs. I worked on the weekend at my part-time job, and I worked Monday through Friday on my full-time job. I still lived as if I only was making a part-time income. Now, I did reduce my hours at my part-time job. I would literally only work the bare minimum of 20 hours. So I would do 10 hours on Saturday, 10 hours on Sunday, and they wouldn't see me until the next Saturday. That is what I did because I just didn't see myself driving from home just to work during the week and trying to get back to start my full-time job. That just wasn't possible. So I worked on the weekend at my part-time job, and full-time job was through the week, which was a work from home position, but I would have to go out and travel sometimes for my full-time job. So you guys know my income situation, you know what type of bills I'm paying now, so you can kind of understand how I was able to start saving as much money as I was within 8 months. All of my full-time income went towards savings. I opened up a Capital One account, which was just a regular bank account. However, I did not get a debit card because I didn't want a debit card to that account. I knew I was going to use it strictly for saving, and I didn't want access to that account. I specifically chose Capital One because they did not have a lot of locations near me. So if I wanted to, for whatever reason, go withdraw money, I would have to drive to a location, or I could do a bank transfer from bank to bank, but I would never set it up because I didn't want to essentially touch that money. That was my savings. I wanted it to sit there. Here we are, and it's December of 2019, and I am making my last car note payment. So now I am about to be consumer debt free, and the only debt that I have remaining is my student loan debt. January comes, January 1st, I pay off my car loan, so I have no more car debt and I have no more credit card debt at this point in my life. So all of my money is going towards savings. Anything extra I get from YouTube, because I was heavily on YouTube and I was making a little penny, I would save it. Anything that I would sell or get money for, I would save it. I believe I got an income tax in 2020 for my 2019 tax returns. All of it went to savings. And lastly, I didn't do anything, y'all. I literally did nothing. For those 8 months, I wasn't spending, I wasn't hanging out with friends, I wasn't going places, I wasn't turning up, eating out. I literally did nothing. I didn't buy clothes, no accessories, no makeup, no nothing. When I say nothing, I mean nothing. The bare minimum. I would buy groceries, I would pack my lunch, I would eat at home, I would pack Myliah's lunch, we would eat at home. It took discipline because it wasn't like I didn't have the money. I had the money. I was making more money than I had ever made in my entire life. But I was disciplined and I remembered why I was doing this. I had an end goal in mind and I needed to reach that end goal. Always remember your why. Always remember what is your purpose of doing something, because it'll keep you going. When it gets tough and it's like, man, this won't hurt, or one thing won't hurt, that end goal is going to be what keeps you going. Because there were times where I was like, I'm miserable, I'm not doing anything, my life is boring, but I have this money and it's just sitting there. I had to be disciplined on my journey. So from November of 2018 till June 15th, I was able to save over $25,000. I had my down payment costs, I had my closing costs, and I had a little extra money to furnish. A little, not a lot, because my house ain't furnished because I didn't have that much to furnish it. But I got the main pieces. I got beds, I got couches, I got the main things that we needed. Everything else can come at a later date. So that is how I pretty much saved over $25,000. Am I saying that it was easy? No. Am I saying that I missed out on a lot of things? Absolutely. If I had to do it again, would I do it exactly how I did it? I would say no. I would still manage to figure out a way to live. Whether I would find things to do for free, whether I would find things to do on a budget, I would still figure out a way to live and enjoy life's experiences, because I'm telling you, it was times where I was just like, what the heck am I doing? I could have put myself in a very depressive state, but I kept my head strong. But it wasn't ideal. And that's what I'm trying to say. It wasn't the ideal situation. Would I've gotten to my goal as quickly as I did if I didn't do those things? I don't know. I don't know. I did it the way I did it and it worked out. But if I would tell someone else how to save money, I would tell them to still live. Don't overdo it, but still be able to live, because tomorrow's not promised. You can be saving all this money and be miserable as hell and not even reap the benefits of your savings. So definitely still remember to experience life and live. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I do plan to make another video in regards to the steps that I took in order to purchase my home. So the beginning process, like what's next after I have my down payment? How do I get in contact with a lender? Who do I need to contact? That is going to be in the next video. So make sure you guys subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Comment down below one savings tip for anyone that you feel that will be useful, whether you do it yourself or you've heard about it. Comment it in the comment section. Let's help each other out. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.